So I guess first things first, since we have to start pretty much completely over. Well, let's get some exclamation points.
Plan to defeat our enemies, we will send them food and then conquer them once they have become fat and lazy.
Okay, so we're gonna build some cattle ranches, which isn't a bad idea. Those are pretty reliable. And this time we're just gonna buy the silver package. I don't think, realistically, 4,000 is really worth it. I've done it a couple times, but really until we have an outrageous amount of ships, I mean, yeah, arguably could be worth it. I don't know, magic? So let's build some ranches for cattle. None of this area is very good. Okay, up here's not bad. Build a couple cattle ranches there. If nothing more, it's good for jobs. And then let's check ranches for llamas. Nowhere is very good for llamas. What, pigs? Yeah, okay, so we're done with the ranches. That is not going to be our moneymaker. Bananas. We'll put, like, right here. If it spins the way I want it to. There. Nice big banana plantation. Let's see, we'll do panoplies. And we'll stick those here. And let's make a tobacco farm as well. Plantation. And we'll do it up here, just so we do have a cash crop available to us. One of the reasons that I picked the other island before this one is this one doesn't have any accessible mines on, like, starting out, which is infuriating. But it also makes it a little harder to sustain yourself economically. So we will stick a wharf down here. Just had to see how much money I had, because I was actually a little tiny bit concerned that we were running a huge deficit already. Because I do that. But, again, I'm a firm believer in having to spend money to make money, especially in an economic downturn. Putting yourself into debt for a short amount of time to create a fair income, I think, is a better trade than just being poor all the time. So, there we go. We've built a fair bit of stuff. Excuse me. Gonna build a few more houses. Actually, we'll build a construction office, a second one. And we'll quick build this, just because, again, laws of irony rarely ever agree with me. And residential, we'll do some country houses. And we'll bulldoze these shacks. Sorry. Now, if you don't like it, take it up with your local member of parliament. For those of you who are American, I'm Canadian. Member of Parliament is, I don't know, like your local governor's representative? I don't know. They're the people who represent you at the House of Commons. The House of Commons is where the Canadian president works. I don't know. I'm probably doing a terrible job explaining Canadian politics. So let's just play Tropico and discuss Tropican politics. We have run a deficit, which again was expected. We're not going to have any real exports for probably about 6 months, so we're probably going to run a pretty hefty deficit, to be honest. but we should be able to get out of it relatively quickly. We'll go into trade. Remember, we have pineapples, which we can sell at about 225, 120. You know, again, nothing amazing there. Tobacco, yes. We are going to export tobacco because that's going to be over $600 more per bundle than if we just export it regularly. So while this here is going to take...
His Royal Majesty has instructed me to present you with...
Excellent. Treasury subsidy. Not even going to think about it. Quick build this so it's ready sooner.
Technological progress is the path to autonomy, Governor. We need more scientists to think important thoughts and discover new stuff.
Okay, so they honestly have roughly the same thing they say every time, so I may start skipping those, just because after you hear them a dozen times, it's just like, really? Yeah, I'll build a library. Cool. So we'll stick it here, right across from the palace. And we're actually short on workers. We only have 71 people. Let's check the almanac. How many are unemployed? 1. Okay. So we're going to have to attract more people. 19% approval rate. Probably not going to happen. Plus, oh no, the next ship's pulling in. So, here we go. How much are they taking? 1,000. That'll help offset some of our spending spree. See, we don't have enough. Yeah, so we don't have... Is that an oil deposit? That could be useful to remember that's there. Yeah, so what was I saying? Oh yes, the Constitution. So we will have to research that, and while we're speaking of research, let's go in there. We'll do cowboys, sickle, not going to worry about the shovel, no mines available on the map just yet. Next would probably be foreman, military fort, lumber mill? Actually, I'm probably not going to use lumber mill, so we'll get rid of that. Okay, so we will have to research that to get the newspaper and red tape and Constitution. So we'll do Constitution, newspaper, red tape. And there. That should keep Penultimo busy for several decades. And we have a blue exclamation mark. So...
His Majesty's plan has been initiated. All colonies must start exporting food to our enemies.
There we go. So now we have the... Woo! Crown sent us money. There. So we have the export meat. We have 2 cattle ranches up. Can't be serviced. No roads connecting to a T. Okay, weird. Let's take a quick look at this road. Make sure it's connected. Yeah, it's connected. Might just not be enough Teamsters. So let's... I guess build a Teamster's office. I'll put it right here, because honestly, this wasn't great land to be building on. At least for food. 19 citizens though, so we should get these other plantations up and running. Unfortunately, homelessness is a problem. A lot of shacks there. So going forward, we're probably going to focus on housing until something super important pops up.
To help him find the best food in the Empire, the king has organized a royal cook-off. We must show him that Tropican cuisine is the best cuisine.
I'm gonna send a dynasty member. Edgardo. I wouldn't want to kill the poor king with penultimos cooking.
As you know, it is your will alone that keeps Tropico together. Without you, the entire island would crumble to dust and be lost forever.
Obviously.
As the heir was born, all animals became quiet.
Union leader increases the job quality.
Best of someone else.
Yes, you are. Oh, no, you're not. So that was my fault. Would you look at that? There, that should solve that problem. Only it won't solve this problem. There we go. So they are now connected and making money. I'm glad we caught that because we would have been waiting for the export meat forever.
Governor, Tropico's economic performance is most astounding. It almost looks like you did that specifically to challenge me.
Okay. So, Mr. Ruddy Roosevelt is coming to visit Tropico!
The fastest way to bond with someone is to drink with him. The way to the heart is through the stomach, and that is why I will never come to your office without a bottle.
So how this is going to play out is Mr. Roosevelt is going to come visit Tropico. We have to complete these wagers.
Okay, you got my attention. Yet I bet there is no way you can export agricultural products on a large scale with all the taxation and regulation from that crown of yours.
So we're going to get these storyline missions. We have to complete them to impress Ruddy Roosevelt.
Someone stole my manuscript and published it under a pseudonym. It was an autobiographical story about two men on a mountain who want to form deep male bonds. They even stole the surrealistic chapter where fairies prance under a rainbow. The circumstances behind the theft are very queer.
I like the fact that this is autobiographical, which means...
Sir, the Crown has decided to impose a real estate tax on Tropico. My friends at court hinted that Ila Rojo was behind the idea. I do not know how they will profit from it, but you will surely suffer.
Anyway, that's kind of the next movement in the story. We're being taxed for every building. We do have ways to get around it, though, and we will try our bestest. But yeah, since that story's autobiographical, that means Brokeback Mountain is definitely about penultimate. Try to sleep at night knowing that.
Our land is untamed and wild, but it is our home. We must...
So let's build some guard stations over here in military. We will put one right there. And we'll put one right there. I don't trust those Teamsters. And one right there. Unfortunately, that definitely did increase our taxes by like 150. So, no, but expected revenue 7,000. So yeah, no, we should be able to keep our heads above water.
Okay, you proved me wrong. I'll give you that, buddy. Let's drink to your success.
There.
Thanks to your efforts, the revolutionary movement is growing stronger.
So, if I'm not mistaken, we should... have a constitution now. So I think we just need to wait for the game to be like, oh yeah, you researched the constitution. Or we may simply need... Declare welfare independence. We may need to research up to that point, because I think you need 5. Ah! Magic. 1003. Oh, we're gonna kill Isla Roja. And we have another freighter coming in. Again, expected revenue about 7,000. So we are definitely doing pretty good. Oh,
His Royal Majesty has instructed me to present you with this letter of commendation for your achievements in the name.
we're gonna take the personal gift.
I sat with 3 other members of the research team.
Because we're going to start needing our Swiss bank account to get out of this real estate tax, which honestly is just going to hinder our growth as a country, because you know you have to offset the fact that every month or every couple of months it's going to cost you another $500.
Anyone can try to grow something. Try making money out of large-scale cattle.
Sir, the Crown introduced budget cuts under the Share the Weight of the Crown plan, which somehow led to the increase of the real estate tax.
So essentially, effective immediately, we are going to be paying like $2,600 per taxation. So really, we need to get that real estate tax out of the way, especially because we're going to start needing to build more houses, and we're going to need other important buildings that are essential to growth and prosperity. But until then, we just kind of have to wait until we get the quest.
The revolution is a strong.
I will build a tavern, even though it's going to cost me an outrageous amount of money to have. Because we need to do essentially as many quests as possible while we wait just to make the real estate. Oh,
It has come to the Order's attention that the favor of the Crown has shifted away from you, and this endangers your current mission. I have pulled considerable strings to find a way out of this situation.
the real estate tax is a clever way to put you off track. I do not yet know who exactly is behind it, but obstruction of the plan which cannot be tolerated. Once I have found a possible solution, I will notify you accordingly. Remember, the Order is your only friend. Our plan is our only future. Bum, bum, bum. So, Lord Kane is going to look into that.
Your Royal Majesty would like to know more about your island, old chap. Be a good fellow and send a few men out to explore.
Wow, I did not know you could do that. I wish I had known. Holy moly! Look at that!
Thanks to your efforts, the revolutionary movement is growing strong.
Port New Revolution. So I'm honestly going to spend $1,000 to unlock that mine. Honestly, that quest had yet popped up for me, so sorry I lied to you.
Is a way around the real estate tax. You, of course, will have to do your part. The Order does not want you to rely on us for everything. The Order provides the guidance, and you provide the effort.
I have secured the palms which you must grease. However, the Crown's accountants have Tropico finances under acute observation, and you will need to provide the money off the books. So our objective is to give 1,000 from our Swiss bank account.
In a flash of brilliance, His Royal Majesty figured out how to fix all of the...
Okay, we need to build a new goat ranch as well. So, first things first, we have temporarily gotten rid of the real estate tax, but it will assuredly come back. I should have said spoiler warning or something. Anyway, but we are running really, really, really low on mandate time. So we need to start Oh, bugger. And we didn't research shovel. I knew we did something, and I couldn't remember what. Okay, we'll get rid of all this. Mines, paper, red tape.
The expedition has made a wonderful discovery, a peculiar, wide-eared marsupial. What shall we name it?
We'll name it after the king. You have to be really careful. Because I think I named an anteater after the king once, and he was like super pissed off.
His Royal Majesty has instructed me to present you with this letter.
We're going to extend our mandate again. That should allow us to not have to worry about it going forward. Copper mine, that's not very useful. Another remnant from Tropico 4, wacky roads. No, the road building system's actually much better in this than Tropico 4. Still not particularly intelligent, though. And we need more houses. So, build a couple right here. And a couple here. And I'm not gonna spend all my money on houses just yet. I know, realistically, we need more houses than I've built, but I also don't want to run into the issue of not having... Oh, I thought they were gonna walk right by that mine and then explore it, but they're gonna pass right by. Maybe? Sad face. Okay, I guess when they return I'll go explore that freaking mine. Oh, but we have...
Throwing some cheap exports on the crop market is easy. Now, a solid resource-based operation is impossible in a backward economy exploited by a so-called motherland.
So essentially our goal is to make 10,000 from either mining or logging. We're going to do mining. Oh, and they walked back past it the second time. Wonderful, that's what I wanted. So we're going to throw up an iron mine over here. Or this might be copper. No, it is iron. Beautiful. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. This part of it is not explored, so I'm gonna have to... Oh, grumble, grumble, grumble. Grumbly, grumbly. "14 citizens." Okay, that's good. So let's see, what do these have?
His Majesty's plans have been...
Yeah, we have cattle ranches, so we can export milk.
I tried to talk to the pirates about our revolution.
And we will build a new dock under infrastructure. And let's put it over here. And there we can just slap a road between this twisty-turny thing. It looks... no, it does look like the road's connected there. Bribe was not big enough, so we're gonna have to pay a small fortune.
The people of Tropico demand the right to bear rams. Wait, that's not right.
Why not? let's... extra rations. It's one I always like to give out if I can remember. Tax cut. Right to arms. Increase crime and liberty. Makes infantry units stronger but causes more casualties during uprisings. Whew! So we'll take a risk with that one. I don't think we'll have any major uprisings. Yeah, our support's only 29%, but it's still fairly early on in this map. Realistically. But, let's see. So we'll put the iron mine there and run a big loopy road down. Down past the second mine, which I guess actually did get built. And then we'll just run this back up here. Ta-da! Loopy road. And it looks like the dock's getting built. So let's check our trade now. Tobacco, cotton, we don't have any of that. Milk, fish. Yeah, we're not gonna get a ton of that. Logs, no, nope. So I guess for the time being, when we get the new ship, we'll probably export milk at the better price. Or we may just wait.
Presidente, after suffering 1,000...
And unfortunately now, we are just gonna wait. I am gonna build a new tavern though. Up here. And
Thanks to your efforts, the
new trade route with
revolutionary
smugglers. Let's see what they offer us. I think we have pineapples. You know what? That's 180. I'm gonna go with it.
Well
Oh.
done. Congratulations. Well, what do you know? I like to be proven wrong. It means I get to learn something new.
Might as well just get the research. But I'm kind of kicking myself. Okay, we have our independence. Why can't I do a constitution? Oh, and we're all researched up. Can I go in here? I don't know. We declared our independence. I don't get it. So let's just build some more houses. Right? Why not? Build a couple down here. Though, technically speaking, I think that was several. We'll build a handful over here. Technically speaking, I think one house would be giant and too much for one handful. Okay, I'm gonna stop being a smartass.
Sir, the Crown has once again doubled the real estate tax rate, and I know from my vast intelligence network that the governor of Isla Rojo was behind this so-called tax reform. This tip is free, since you can no longer afford my services.
Man, that is... Oh... 200 per building. We are going to be ruined if we can't stop it. But let's build a military fort. Research lumber mills. Okay. We'll research that since there's nothing else we can research at the moment.
His Royal Majesty has instructed me to present you with this letter of commendation for your achievements in the name of the Empire.
I'm gonna take the treasury subsidy for now. I don't know, I just feel... Oh, yeah, and we have... Let's see.
The governor of Isla Rojo was once again successful at pulling strings against you. However, I found a way to thwart his schemes.
So I guess... there's gonna be a couple hard months for Tropico.
Just discovered the number of times you need to get hit.
We shall defend our island. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets.
9,200. Holy moly. This is not gonna be... Oh, did we already export the food?
It's all a hoax. To think I admire the pirates for their free spirit. It turns out that they also follow a king, the Pirate King.
So we need 2 more guard towers to be built. I thought I placed more than that, but we are really broke. Oh. Oh, and it turns out we didn't build a mine there. It was just showing us where the...
We've been feeding our foes literally tons of food. Yet they haven't gained any weight. His Majesty is furious. He demands more food right now.
Increase food prices. Okay, so we need to find another trade route, preferably one with a good tobacco price. Pineapples, again, that's not... What about bananas? That one is better. I mean, it's not the cash cow that tobacco was. And I think what we will do here is try and expand our mining operations. Because we're not making any money on food, really. We might be now. So... I guess all we can really do at this point is wait. I don't want to go spending a ton of money, because that real estate tax is still in effect, to the best of my knowledge. And... whoops. I don't want to be caught with my pants down if we have to build something important in a time-sensitive way, and we're at like negative 30,000 treasury. So, as much... no, I am... as much as I don't want to do this, I am going to buy those 2 more guard towers. Because these are those time-sensitive buildings we could need quickly.
It turns out that the Pirate King is quite a nice fellow, if I do say so myself, old chap. Like me, he too is a fan of the opera.
Okay, so I guess when we have a little bit of excess money, we will build an opera house. I think I'm going to build another Teamster's office, because I feel like that could be affecting our shipments in a negative way, because we have a lot of industry spread out over a fairly wide section.
Thanks to your efforts, the revolutionary movement
Let's
is
do new
growing.
trade routes with smugglers. Yeah, I'm not seeing... oh no, that's importing. No. Nothing exciting. And we only have 1 year left. I really wish I had taken that.
Disaster. The revolutionaries are
Okay.
demanding that you insult the king. The best insult we could come up with was to name one of the most stupid and boring animals in Tropico after the king.
Let's name the Putu.
The king is not pleased to hear that you are naming an animal that grotesque.
So he was insulted by having the Putu named after him.
Okay, man, congratulations. Well done. You continue to amaze me. Now let's celebrate your... You don't really need half the U.S. Army, pal. It actually consists of 37 volunteers at this point. That's all there is.
A study was made recently and it showed that the US Army is insignificant in size, smaller even than the Army of Bulgaria. That is why I took the liberty to provide you with a free military fort. Which is good, because we insulted the king. We might honestly get invaded.
Things do not look well for you, old chap. His Majesty is extremely displeased with you and has decided to punish you as an example to the other colonies.
Okay, building costs go up 20%.
His
Oh, thank God.
plan didn't work quite as expected. We were unable to make our foes fat. However, they were most thankful for the food and our...
So we'll extend our mandate. Which sucks.
It's high time that I left for the U.S., buddy. But before I go, I cannot help but acknowledge the many things I learned while staying on this beautiful island as your guest of honor.
Now my joy is greater, not only because I learned a lot while admittedly wrong on many issues, not only because I did have a great time losing wager after wager after wager against you, but because I hopefully discovered a new friend in your esteemed self. I shall look forward to our next meeting with the greatest of anticipation. Always yours, truly, the US President, Mr. Ruddy Thompson. We won that single wonderful campaign with ease. Survived numerous invasions. Cayo de Fortuna is the most heavily guarded. We have 2 military bases, several guard stations, so I am going to pick that one. But while this is loading up, I'm going to throw out another little...
My fellow Tropicans, today a new enemy rises to threaten my way of life, my freedom, and my strategic banana reserves. Without provocation, Isla Rojo has declared war on our great nation. Now is not the time for fear, Tropico. We will face this threat head-on, and we will endure. We will defend our shores, and we will endure. Like our llamas, we shall spit in the eye of any enemy that treads on our soil. We will endure. Viva Tropico!
For anyone who was curious, that slap was me doing the up yours gesture at Isla Rojo. And gonna throw out, great, Constitution, we'll discuss that in a second. Community involvement, which of your islands, or which of the 2 islands so far did you like the best? Any feedback, let me know, hit us up on the Twitter, in the comments, at Gaming with Murel, link in the channel, and now Constitution. So now we get to choose what's in our Constitution and what buffs and benefits and such. So all citizens vote. We're going to go with a proper democracy, secular state, freedom of religious worship, and atheist expression. Middle road, anyone's allowed to do anything. Professional army, high school soldiers, high effectiveness. Right now we're going to leave it on militia. Anyone will fight when we get into, the fight with Isla Roja. Later, as we start building high schools and that, we'll change that to professional soldiers, so that way they are, in fact, better at fighting, unfortunately require more training. So that is our Constitution.
Special prize today. Everyone who guesses a number of the current amendment to the Constitution wins a free drink. Anyone who has even the slightest idea what's in it will also get a drink, because he's definitely not drunk enough. Finally, the grand prize for the night and any other night. All cute guys get a free date with me.
So as you can see, we have a calendar here, not mandates, so we are now officially...
This is Lulu, your radio host. While some people prophesize that world wars are coming, not just one, but possibly 2 of them, I am here to assure you, my friends, that whatever happens, the Jolly Roger will always be here till the very end of time.
Thank you a lot for any foreshadowing. Anyway, I don't even remember what I was saying. Okay, so yeah, Isla Roja's invading, and let's see.